Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess. This angle is brought to you by we are doing a bookshelf reorganization. It's not going to be a big one. I just want to do a small bookshelf reorganization, but people who have been on my channel for a while, you definitely know that I'm obsessed with Gideon the Ninth, all things Gideon the Ninth. The Locked Tomb is my favorite series of all time, and I decided I want to do a Gideon the Ninth dedicated shelf. And the reason why, I always wanted to, but especially right now, is because I got this Gideon the Ninth print for Christmas. It was one of my gifts. It's in a glass frame right now, so forgive the glare, but I got this from Etsy for Christmas, and I will link the shop in the description. I will put the image of the listing somewhere on the screen, but I got this and I love it. I love this print so much, so I wanted to display it. Currently those books live on the sci-fi shelf, but it's getting kind of full. So my thought process was maybe to make this top one here my dedicated Gideon shelf, put these books somewhere else. I kind of wanted to do something different with the top shelf. The top shelf right now is just some nostalgia books. My Cauldron from the Bewitch or Ditch Read It or Unhaul It series. And then I have a couple manga and this little Baphomet squishable. I just don't really want to make the top shelf my Gideon shelf because you don't really see it much in my videos. You mostly see from here to here, and that's it. So I thought this could be a perfect spot for it. I think we're just gonna try to do something with this. And I don't know what that's gonna look like, but I figured I would just take you along for the process. It'll be a very quick video. I just wanted to do a reorganization, and I figured I could just not film it, but I also could just film it. So let's get started. I think I'm just gonna start taking stuff off of this shelf and this shelf, and then go from there. Alright, so this is my progress so far. I paused the footage because I was just standing here staring at my shelves for a few minutes straight. So I put the Locked Tomb here, I put the print, I put this vertebrae candle that I like. So far I don't have any other trinkets that would work well. Oh, actually, hang on. I have this bookmark that I also got for Christmas, but I don't really know if it would go anywhere, you know? It would be weird to just stand it up somewhere. It'd be weird to lay it down somewhere. Maybe just putting it in like that. I don't know. I'll think on that. I'm gonna let it sit. I need to get more things to kind of put low on the shelf, little trinkets. I do have this little wooden crow man. And I also got this for Christmas, actually. I just have it on one of my fantasy shelves right now. I could put him here. You can't really see it because it's low and he's dark, but he's just sitting there. I don't know, I don't think crows have anything to do with it, but I think it's cute. I also do have this also crow dude. Just to add an element of height, I suppose. I don't think crows have anything to do with the Locked Tomb. I don't think they come up at all. But it does kind of set a vibe. I think crows are pretty gay, to be honest, so. But aside from that, I moved all that other stuff that was over there up here. I was okay, well maybe I'll put manga over here. Witch Hat Atelier with the theme that it has and the vibe of it, very whimsical, very magical, could go up there. I only have read one volume so far, but I think when I have the series done and I have a whole block of them, I think it'll look better. But for now, it's just one volume. I feel it makes more sense to split up my manga based on genre or theme rather than just putting all my manga together, because first of all, I don't have many, but second of all, hang on, a truck is driving by. Where was that sentence going? I really only have a couple manga series that are on my list to read. One of them is Witch Hat Atelier. One of them is Night of the Living Cat, which is horror sci-fi, I suppose. And then one of them is The Guy She Was Interested Wasn't a Guy at All, which is queer romance. So I would put that on my queer shelf. I would put Night of the Living Cat maybe on my horror shelf, and I would put Witch Hat maybe up there, because it doesn't make sense to keep them all grouped together when they're so drastically different. At least for me, I'd rather group. My shelves are grouped by genre, basically, like vibe and genre. But anyway, I'm not done with the sci-fi section. I was kind of like originally scheming with putting it up there. That was something I tried when I wasn't filming, but I really didn't like it. I might just turn one of these face out just because I like the look of the face out cover, in case you couldn't tell. So let's fiddle with this shelf now. Oh shoot, you know what I forgot about? All of these. I mean, the Hunger Games could go on the sci-fi shelf. It could go right there. But the Series of Unfortunate Events, I decided to look for these whenever I go thrifting and just try to complete the series that way, because I used to have them when I was younger and I really loved them, and I wish I had never gotten rid of my set. So I don't really need to have these out on display on this shelf. Maybe what I'll do is put them on this random like side shelf. You can kind of see it sometimes in the videos where it's like it's mounted to the wall, but let me put the Hunger Games up there. Also, sorry, the sun keeps coming and going and it's a nightmare, so I'm just gonna have to fix this all in post. Okay, so this is the tentative semi-final arrangement of everything. I think the Hunger Games series makes sense to be on this shelf. I know that there's kind of like an assortment of types of sci-fi up here. I like having Dungeon Crawler Carl facing out because 1, I really loved it, and 2, the sun is disappearing. And 3, the yellow looks really, really nice and vivid, and it just like looks, I don't know, it looks nice being face out like that. I put this frog dude here on my like fantasy section because I had him on a random shelf over there. I like him up here, it goes well. I don't know if I like the bookmark being in there like that. I think I prefer it without the bookmark. The moral of the story is I need more Gideon themed trinkets to go on that shelf. I do like it, but I gotta kind of sit with it and see if I want to keep it this way. I feel like what will also influence me is whenever I film like a sit down video next, and this is gonna be set up like this, I'm curious to see how I feel about it, but I do think I like these up here better. I think before with the Hunger Games and then like 2 random manga, it was kind of just like disjointed on the top shelf. So this feels more cohesive now, and Baphomet is just gonna have to go somewhere else in the room for now. I'm gonna put him somewhere else. The Cauldron has a place for now until I finish more Witch Hat Atelier, in which case I can like squish it over a little bit. But yeah, I think I like it. Let me show you where I put the Series of Unfortunate Events, by the way. I have these little random shelves for trinkets and such, and it's kind of a little like haphazard right now and dusty, so don't mind that. But these actually fit perfectly on this shelf because they're very small hardcovers. Okay, so it won't fit, like when I have a whole line of them, it won't be able to fit on this shelf anymore. But I think when that happens, I'll just move them up here and shuffle around my trinkets. But for now, I like how this looks. So maybe these shelves will become like nostalgia shelves or just like miscellaneous other books. Maybe books I don't have a genre for. I can put them on these shelves. And then these shelves right here are my crochet shelves now, after I tried to put my TBR on this shelf and I couldn't fit them all. And then I have my annotation supplies up here. So I have this little coffin with all of my tabs and clear post-its in it, and this little thing full of my markers, and then some miscellaneous stuff. I'm also trying to collect all of the Buffy series on DVD, so I've been looking for those every time I go thrifting as well. I only have season 2 right now, but that's my favorite TV show of all time. But that's the whole shelf situation. Let me move back. So that concludes my little bookshelf reorganization, mini reorganization. Sorry for this kind of like short chaotic video, but I think that I wanted to show you guys the process even though it's not a huge change. So thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe. It means a lot to me that you're here. If you want to let me know that you were here, why don't you drop a skull emoji in the comments, because of course, my girl Gideon. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!